So, guys, we've made it from the Hurricane Cedar Break RV Park, as you saw. Our videos have been a little spotty since we got to Vegas, really. A lot going on, as you saw in that video. Between my mother's services and everything else, we had to fly back to Maine. So it's been kind of busy, but we're slowing down now. We're actually in our first Utah state park, Kodachrome Basin State Park. So we're going to take a little hike. We're going to bring you along with us. We're going to tell you a little bit about the campground. There's not much to say. It's a beautiful state park. It's about 15 minutes off the main road, often 12. 12, I hesitate to call it a main road. 12 is probably the most beautiful scenery I've ever seen. It's a sketchy road hauling an RV. There's some steep grades. There's lots of twisty corners. There's a portion of it called Hogback Ridge or something, or I don't know. It's 800-foot vertical drop on each side with no guardrails.
We haven't done that yet.
So we'll show you that when we get to that. That's on our way to, I believe, to Torrey. So our next stop after this is going to be Escalante Petrified Forest. But I'm going to not talk a whole lot. I'm going to let you guys look at some of the view. It's a little tough to see through the trees right here, but you just cannot turn a direction here and not have just beautiful view. And to quote a dear friend of ours, just to sit here and think about, well, it's not a quote, I'm paraphrasing, but just to sit here and think about the erosion, the sandblasting, and the stuff that's gone over thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions of years, I don't know how long, that's made this stuff what it is. When you look at the little rocks and the different color rocks. I don't know, it doesn't get old for me. I could look at this all day long. That's Sue. When I'm driving, I'm usually looking at it, not driving.
He does do some gawking rather than driving sometimes. It's a little worrisome, but we're making it.
So we're going to hike this way. We'll show you a little bit about the campground, but you can rent e-bikes here, which we haven't done yet. We thought about. You can also take pony rides, which Sue did this morning, so I'll let her explain that.
I'm losing my hat. I hope our audio is any kind of acceptable because it's a little wild out here.
Yeah, we do have our new mics with our little sock things on them, so.
And we're eating a little bit of sand, I can tell you that. So they're horse rides during the summer here. They are very affordable. I took one this morning. It was $45 for the hour ride. And I got a cool old cow horse who they actually still use in the rodeo up in Bryce Canyon. And his name was Rocky. So I had a great time on the horse ride here. And at $45, very affordable. It is more during the busy season, but summer is actually the off season here.
Yeah, it runs, I'm guessing, between 85 and 95 degrees in the day in the summer here. And it's at about 6,000 feet, give or take.
About 6,000 feet.
So our last campground, Bryce Canyon Pines Campground, if I got that right, was at just about 8,000 feet. And it took this fat old boy about 3 days to get accustomed to breathing in that altitude.
The air is a little thinner out this way. There's a pretty great rock formation right there. And Kodachrome is named that because back in the 50s when Kodak was developing their brand new technology color film, they brought it out here for testing with National Geographic. And this used to be named Chimney Rock State Park. And after that testing, the National Geographic did a big article on the park and they renamed it to Kodachrome. So you can see why. The colors here are stunning. So you can actually see the campground. Right about there.
That's the Arches Campground?
Arches Campground.
And the Basin is the original. So the Arches Campground is new, I think, last year. 30 amp, 50 amp, and water, no sewer.
And about $40 a night.
And pretty much every site in it, you can fit our 30-foot rig easily. There are a lot of small trees and stuff, and you just got to jockey around. That's why
Those cliffs over there that you can see, all the way over on the far side that are kind of pink, that's actually the cliffs of Bryce Canyon.
Cool. But here's your view. You know, like I said, it doesn't get old. It's something different everywhere you turn. And I could just sit here for hours and ask, why did that rock stay there? You guys can't see me pointing at it, but pick a rock. Why did that stay there and the one beside it didn't?
And it is just one of those things where around every corner,
it's easy to hike
beauty.
because you're like, I'm just going to go to that next corner and see what I see. Like, there's a signpost up there. So now I'm like, should we go see what that sign says? But
never be closer than you are now. So up there,
oh, that used
to be the arch.
Yeah.
And I believe this one fell really recently. Yeah, 2019. So one less arch in the park, it does happen. And that was natural causes, not human. So, as Ryan said, constantly changing landscape.
So what I was quoting earlier, a good friend of ours was saying, you know, the amazement of it all was the different ways that this changes. And one is like sandblasting. Like right now, it's really windy, and you may or may not see it on camera, but I mean, on a gust of sand goes by. And you know what a sandblaster does to car paint or anything else. It does the same to the rock. Water erosion, you know, heavy rains, etc. The freeze and thaw cycle. You don't think about it because it's 90-something degrees. You don't really think about freezing, but it gets really cold here. So just like any other freeze-thaw issue, those cracks get water and they freeze and starts to push things apart. And then this one actually says solar erosion is a big issue. The solar gain from the sun actually heats the rocks up so much they expand and crack apart. So
I would believe that out here. It gets pretty warm.
Pretty darn cool though. I mean, if you just turn around and pan around behind you. Pretty hard to be cranky out here. All right, we're gonna head back to the truck and we will bring you guys back when we get in the truck and we'll give you a tour of the place. How's that?
So up this way is Chimney Rock. This is on the far side of the Arches campground. And we're gonna put a picture in there for you because we went up there yesterday and we did not get video of that, but we did get a pretty cool picture of the truck with it.
So here on your right is the Arches campground. Can't remember exactly how many sites, but there's quite a few. I'm thinking like 40-ish, 45.
I think that's total,
Total, okay.
counting this one and the other one.
Maybe like 20. But you can see there's that red truck. There's ours. Dog has
Wave to Spritey.
And like I said, all easy access in and out.
So here we are coming up on the horse corral. So they try not to do too many afternoon rides unless they actually have them booked because it is really hot out here. So you can see they're just getting the horses ready to get untacked, it looks like, for the afternoon. But that was a really fun experience. You get to go on an absolutely beautiful tour of the Panorama Trail. So well worth taking the horse tour here. As we come around the corner here, you're going to see one of the features that's a little bit unusual to find in a state park, but always nice to have. They do have a laundromat. So if you're full-timing, you know that it's kind of a big deal to be able to have a laundromat and state park in Utah, this one happens to have it.
This section is what they call the Basin campground. This is the original, park. And the campsites, I think, are a little bit smaller over on this side, maybe a little tighter. There's a lot of good reviews on YouTube. Nice bathhouse here. I think this one has showers, if I remember correctly. The one over in Arches does not have showers. There's a dump station right here on your left. So no matter which section you're staying in, you can dump over here. And the campground is here on our left.
So this is the original campground for the state park.
So you can see, they're big. I mean, that's a pretty decent sized motorhome in that pull through. Definitely not a bad view.
First, our GoPro overheated, so we're doing cell phone video now. But we'll bring you around and show you Ballerina Spire right there.
And there's a hiking trail here too. I don't know exactly where it goes. I think just in the basin.
So if this video is a little bumpier, I apologize because I don't have the gimbal to steady this one.
For those of you that watch Rory and Sean and those guys over there at Trail Mater, I don't know if you can see in the rock over there, just a little bit to your right, there's some holes, round holes, varying in size, anywhere from 2 or 3 inches to a foot. That's from the, what do they call it? The
Diamond bill rockpeckers.
Yep, it's a famous bird in Utah apparently. Just kidding. You've got to watch Trail Mater to understand the joke on that one. And then this here is my favorite rock coming up. So, John, if you're watching, you got to explain to me why this round white rock goes all the way down into the red rock, and there's red rock all the way around it. My speculation is the aliens must have drilled a test hole back there before this all eroded, and then filled it in with the right white rock from the top. I'm not sure that's a good speculation, but that's my speculation. But this white chimney-looking rock just amazes me because it's all white, but the rock all the way around it is red.
And back to the all-important horse corral, but as you can see, they took them home for the day.
And I missed our turn, so you guys are going to get to see the visitor center. So this is the entrance to the park and the visitor center. The visitor center here is a little unique in that it actually has some food, hot food. You know, you can get different things. I don't know exactly what, but there are different things you can get. They have hard served ice cream, and they rent mountain bikes and e-bikes.
And they have a small rock climbing wall also, which you can test your skills on.
There's
so fun for the kids.
There's free Wi-Fi here too, so if you're staying in the park and you need some Wi-Fi, you can come down here, because an important note that we never mentioned there is there's not one lick of cell phone coverage here. 0 bars, any carrier.
And I'll also mention that might be the second time that we missed this turn.
Yeah, so when we come in, I missed the turn with the camper. So I went out and turned around up by the red dirt. And then when I come back, I thought I was being smart and I took the road up there because I thought these all connected and they don't.
There.
So then I had to do a turn around and come back in and come in here. No big deal. I've said it 100 times. If you're going to be out exploring with your RV, you're going to take wrong turns. You're going to end up where you shouldn't be. You're going to have to back up. But it is what it is.
And here we are, back at home sweet home.
Yeah, it's interesting. This park has it's a one-way road. So you're going to probably see me do something on video I'm not supposed to do. But everybody else does it, so it must be okay, right? I think that's the way it works. We're supposed to go down by that dumpster and go in. But as I sit out in my chair, watch, everybody comes in this way if they're on this end of the park. And there's our campsite.
Yeah, so there's kind of one of the obstacles, those two trees. You can see that getting the camper between them was a little snug, but it really wasn't a problem. And it's a beautiful site with a beautiful view.
Yeah, I mean, it was easy enough. I pulled around, I backed back into some sort of centralized location. Our camper's a little unique in that it has, maybe not unique, but it's a little unique and it has slides on both sides. And this one comes out 3 feet. So you really have to account for that. But super easy. You can see I could park 2 more trucks on the other end of the site. Every site has a picnic table. So we're here through tomorrow, which is July 4th. So you probably already had the 4th by the time you see this video because we're running a little behind, but happy 4th of July. And then we're headed off to, as I said earlier, the Escalante.
Petrified Forest.
I always want to call it the Enchanted Forest, but it's petrified. So we'll get you some video from there. But we're gonna kick back. We're gonna grab a cold beer. We're gonna hang out with a dog and probably grill some burgers tonight. And we've got 4 days off, so we're gonna move. There's a lot of cool roads at Escalante. There's one called, what was the name of that one? Hell's Ridge? Is that? No.
Something like that.
Yeah, I'll have to find it and we'll put it in the video for that one. But it's the original. A lot of these roads were developed when they were trying to figure out how to get from one place to another and get over this mountain range. So it's kind of cool. But this one makes no logical sense when they developed it, I guess, the way they did it. But it goes all the way around the ridge of the mountain. You can
From
look right straight down.
Escalante to Boulder.
Yep. So, and then there's a gas station that's literally in the rock in the wall. We'll definitely get you some video there. But anyways, you've listened to me ramble. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe.